Hey guys, Brandon here with Texas Plinking. Finally doing a video on the Savage 10 FCP. I got this gun probably two and a half, maybe 3 months ago. It was the first pre-owned rifle I picked up, and it wasn't really like this when I first picked it up. It was just a standard Savage 10 FCP McMillan variant, the 308, which was just kind of this McMillan A5 stock. It's like, well, from the website it says it's a McMillan A5 stock, being the McMillan variant, but it doesn't have the A5 cheek riser. It had no cheek riser at all. I put this McMillan A4 cheek riser on there, so it's just a hodgepodge of McMillan, I guess. But anyway, just real quick going over some of the things I did. Like I said, the A4 cheek riser, I put this Vortex Viper PST 6-24 by 50 first focal plane. This is little forward-facing rail I found on Amazon for like $7. That fits a 30mm tube mount. A couple of caps, one from Vortex, one from Butler Creek. Just a little dual rail topping on the right. Just screwed that onto the forward part of the stock, and then just a standard Harris bipod. Other than that, it came to me with a standard 4+1 or 4-round box mag, detachable box mag, and that wasn't enough, I thought, so I put a 10-rounder in here, which has its flaws. I was going to say, as we'll get to, but I mean, since we're on the subject, for one, sometimes I get stuck. Not now, that's good. But this is a 10-round mag, proprietary to Savage, so that means expensive. This was like $65 or something like that on Buds, from what I remember. And if only it worked right for the price. If you load this thing fully, it's too heavy and it will fall out of the mag well, even if you push it up firmly. And so I only load 5 at a time, and even then, sometimes it just fails to feed. Like the bolt just will not grab onto it, and that's just on the mag. This one works better, but even today I was having some problems with this feeding. I push it up all the way to where I hear a nice click, and every now and then it just won't pick up that next round. More so with the 10 round, which is disappointing because it's expensive. But anyway, this is an honest review. If I wanted to, I could probably reach out to Savage and they'll probably take care of me. I've seen that before regarding that 10 round mag. Anyway, since we're on the subject. Other than that, it came to me black. All the McMillan variants with the McMillan stock are black. I just painted this green. And that is about it that I've done to it. So I guess we'll just kind of go ahead and get to some of the specs about it. Starting with the MSRP, this actually retails for $1,591. We'll just call it shy of $1,600, which is quite a pretty penny to pay. But the street price is more close to around $1,100 to $1,200. Like I said, I actually ended up picking this pre-owned. I was not looking at getting into another rifle, but at the local gun store I always go to, it was there. They were asking like $850 or something like that, and after talking a little bit here and there, I actually got this for $790, which is quite a great deal. So Savage has a few different variants of their 10 FCP. This one being the 10 FCP McMillan 308. That's the full name of it. You could imagine it is chambered in 308 with a 24-inch barrel with a 1-in-10 twist. This rifle also features the adjustable AccuTrigger trigger that you guys probably well know from Savage. I have not messed with it since I picked it up. I went out and shot it, and the former owner maybe didn't do anything, but I don't know where the trigger pull is right now. If I had to guess, it's probably 2.3 pounds or so, just over 2. That's my guess. Either way, I like where it's at right now. But adjustable AccuTrigger trigger, very nice, clean break, has a little dual trigger look in there. Some people don't like that little two-stage look, but some do. I don't mind it. I could go to both. But yeah, adjustable AccuTrigger trigger. I think I kind of covered some of the specs that I jotted down. Other than that, weighs 10 pounds before you add your bells and whistles to it, which is kind of hefty compared to your standard hunting rifle. This is more of a bench rest gun for me anyway. That's all I've been doing actually. So that's what we're going to do for the remainder of the video. We're going to go shoot it. We're going to do some 100-yard grouping. Now I'm using some different ammunition. You guys are used to seeing me shoot with American Gunner 155 grain, but to hollow point, we're bringing that out as well. But I also have some Federal match grade ammunition, some 175 grain Sierra Match King. I believe that's what it was. Anyway, significantly more expensive. I bought it at Academy, which is probably paying more than I had to. Just for the sake of this video, though, only got 20 rounds. So we did a 5-shot group with each of those rounds. Then we went out to some long range. And that all happened already. And if I'm going to admit, the long range didn't work out as well as I thought for the Federal ammunition. Not because it was not performing well. It was actually performing very well. But I actually had the long range, or the long zoom camera on the wrong target during my shots at 750 yards, which I was shooting 90% of the time anyway. That's on me. So it doesn't really matter because I've made a lot of videos of this shooting long range, or enough, I guess, shooting long range at 500, 650, 750 and 1,000 yards. So I'll probably just get some footage from a previous video, put it into this one. You guys will get the idea. But this was also an opportunity to try something new. I very rarely shoot from the prone position with bolt actions. And so I recently just got a new shooting mat from NC Star on Amazon for like 33 bucks or something like that shipped. So I wanted to try that out, and that was pretty fun. I hit 1,000 one time, 750 a couple times. Shooting prone's kind of fun. Not really used to it, but anyway, if you are interested in that, again, link in the description. For only 33 bucks, you get a pretty decent mat. So anyway, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and go to the 100 yard and then jump into some long range footage, and I'll wrap it up. Yeah. Access it. Upper right corner. Let's go. You gotta come forward. Okay. It's gonna be nothing. So you shoot. Right here? Yep. So you balance it. Yeah. One, two. Zero bullets. We find zero bullets. We find the 69 grain. As you can hear the fire. As you can hear the fire. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to
yeah, we just got up there.
Alright, so as you guys saw from the distant view of the 100 yard grouping, I totally forgot to bring my tape measure out, but you guys will have to take my word for it. I already measured it. On the left is the 155 grain, which I've already kind of proofed with this gun. I haven't shot a whole lot of different ammunition types, but this just seems to do the best usually. All of them are pretty much touching. I measured it out, and this is exactly 3/4 of an inch. For factory non-match grade ammunition, that's nothing to complain about. All touching, stacking nicely, and 3 of them are literally within 1/2 an inch, which is very nice. And then the 2 flyers, if you will, are still within 3/4 of an inch. Go over to the right, we get to the heavier stuff. For me personally, I mean, each barrel is different, I guess, or something, but I've shot the heavier grain stuff, and this gun just doesn't, you know, eat it as well. It likes the 155 grain for some reason, or something kind of lighter. But we did some 175 grains here in Match Kings. We had 4 touching and then 1 little flyer. The 2 furthest ones, from this flyer to this one up here, is exactly to the T 1 inch. We get rid of that, and we are down to 3/4 of an inch yet again. So yeah, I don't really recall pulling that one. I felt pretty confident with all these trigger pulls. I backed out my magnification to 12, which actually helped me get a very consistent hold. I felt pretty good about all of these. So 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, get rid of the flyer, 3/4 of an inch again, factory ammunition. I'm not too disappointed with that, actually. As for the long range stuff, if you guys seen my previous videos, nothing too surprising here. 250 all day long, 500 all day long, 657, smaller plates, doesn't really phase it too much, bucks the wind pretty well. We get up to 750, we have a few different size plates. I was able to get more than majority shots, very, very confident at 750. And we go out to 1,000, and that's where this thing kind of meets its limit with the 155 grain, or I say the limit, that's as far as I've shot with it. and it's decently confident on the smallest plate. I like to just go for the smallest one. It tells the story very quickly. So with the smallest one, totally possible with it. With the 155 grain, again, non-match ammunition. If you guys are hand loaders out there, you guys will, I am sure, come up with the right load for your specific 10 FCP or other rifle, and you guys will be ringing steel at 1,000 yards all day long with your 308. But that's my case, and I thought I would just wrap that up with that. Anyway, I'm kind of losing light here. I'm sure the video is very grainy by now because it is getting dark pretty early now. So I think I kind of covered everything. Expect more videos in the not too distant future, and I'll see you guys then.